And we got the man joining us today, Sean Quintero,
Oh
PF
yeah,
Chang's right there,
they gave me 5 minute warning. Isn't that nice?
Miguelito running late like always.
Yeah. Like I was saying, so I started to go out there and do the walks and do those jogs, and that's what was killing me. Trying to
Oh
get
man.
healthy, tried to do me in. Crazy.
And the Spurs, we'll talk about that. Disappointing showing against OKC. But
Uh,
who called it? Who called it and who said this was gonna happen? Me and Mike. I take my victory lap today. I said
hey,
without Vassell, give him no hope.
they won the first three, man. What do you think was gonna happen? I mean,
I said without Vassell, they didn't have Vassell this one.
yeah. Well, I mean, they didn't have some players as well.
Yep. I said, who would have thought the Spurs would have crapped the bed the way they did? I did.
You know, Soraya was at the restaurant last night, and Michael Mitchell pulled up, and so I was talking to him a little bit about it before they took off. So
Yeah.
we can kind of get into that as well. Some of the stuff we were talking about.
Yeah, I mean, it was just at the end of the day, Spurs just couldn't hit a three. The Spurs are not a good three-point shooting team. OKC is. The wheels fell off. When those threes ain't falling, the Spurs just got nothing, no firepower. Wimpy Ghana shows its head again,
Yeah, they were forcing Champagne.
Oh,
hit
they
two in a
bullied
row.
him. They bullied him. He got bullied. He got knocked down I don't know how many times. Instead of getting angry, he just put his tail between his legs and like a little dog.
Injuries.
Showed his belly. He showed his belly.
Area 210, where the dreams don't fade. From the river walk nights to the Alamo shade. We rise together through the highs and the lows. Area 210, oh, it's the life that we chose.
What's up? We're here live now. We're going to be joined today by Sean Quintero for a little bit here because Miguelito is running late to the studio. He'll be here in studio shortly. But it's good to have you with us and have you join us, Sean. Sean Quintero is the guy from PF Chang's. He's the one that's running the place over there at PF Chang's. So we're the ones that say, hey, if you go to PF Chang's, go and tell Sean Quintero hi. This is the man.
Come see me.
Come see him.
How
Look
you
at
doing today, Joe?
chicken wraps are delicious.
Man,
Yeah,
we
we
just
saw
got
the
the
Thunder. We saw the game, and it was horrible. It's like we tried telling y'all. Me and Mike tried to tell you guys yesterday. Nobody wanted to listen. I said if they don't have Vassell, they have no chance. And I said it's gonna get ugly. And what happened? Everything that we told you guys happened. Everything.
It was hard. Like watching the game for me, I was actually working last night, and I was trying to go back and forth and see what was going on. And early on, I saw the score close and looked like it was going pretty good. But that second half, man, that second half,
It was
they
competitive.
didn't have it.
Competitive for the first half, but one of
Yeah,
the things that the Thunder did, and they made it a point to do, was they went ahead and bullied Wemby, and Wemby showed his colors. Like when you go ahead and you play him physical, and this is the thing that he's going to have to get used to. If teams are going to body you and they're going to get physical with you, you got to make it count, man. You got to go ahead and get to the free throw line, get those and ones, get them in foul trouble
hmm
instead of him getting angry and going out there and like imposing his will. Put his tail between his legs like a scared dog and showed his belly. He only 17 points on the night. You had Stephon Castle with 20. Julian Champagnie had 13. And De'Aaron Fox had 14. Dylan Harper, he contributed 12. But if you look at the Spurs starting five, they were all minuses for the night. That goes to show you that when they're on the floor together, they just weren't getting it done. And unfortunately, they just couldn't buy a shot in that third quarter. And I kind of knew that was going to happen. I even texted you guys in the group, and I said the same thing. The Spurs third quarter woes are going to show their head. And sure enough, as soon as I said it, not even like a minute or two later, Thunder went on a run and they ran away with it. Unfortunately, the Spurs just couldn't get back into the game. 3-pointers were the tale of the two halves here. I mean, you look at the 3-point shooting, and I mean, to be honest, OKC was a little bit more efficient with their 3-point shooting, but the Spurs made more. The eye test will show you that, man, OKC was just lights out from beyond the arc. They really weren't. They knocked down some of the 3-point shots. They were 11 of 30, which is 36.7%. And the Spurs were 13 of 37, which was 35.1% from beyond the arc. The thing that really, I think,
Sorry.
told the game here or told the story was points in the paint. OKC was getting to the rim at will. They had 56 points in the paint compared to the Spurs, just 40 points in the paint there. And if you look at the numbers, and the numbers really weren't bad on either side. Both teams only had 11 turnovers for the games. Points off of turnovers, Spurs had more. They had 17 points off of those 11 turnovers by the Thunder, and the Thunder only had 9 points off of the 11 turnovers by the Spurs. And fast break points, this was surprising. Thunder bested the Spurs. They had 11 points off of the fast break points, and the Spurs only had 7. But those points in the paint, man, that was big for the Thunder. They were just being the aggressors out there. And I'm looking to see, okay, who got to the free throw line more, if that's a thing, right? Well, OKC did. They converted 24 out of 27. They were 88.9% of the night from beyond the arc, or not beyond the arc, but from the stripe. The Spurs, they went to the free throw line 24 times, three times less than the Thunder, but they were only able to capitalize on 17 out of those 24 free throws. Good enough for 70.8% on the night.
Yeah, some of the listeners are over here saying like Fox hasn't been good as of late.
He hasn't.
That he's buddy crumbs. And like I said, I was talking with Mike last night. Michael Mitchell. And one thing I was telling them is just that they seem to play with a lot of emotion. Meaning, like, if they get scored on, they want to go back and do the same thing. And it's making them force stuff. And especially in the paint and turning the ball over or losing it. And I was bringing up, back in the days when you see like Diaw playing with Parker and Ginobili and Duncan and these guys, and it looks like they were just having fun. And it just doesn't seem like it's good team ball, man. It just doesn't. It just seems like everyone's just trying to get their own points. Everyone's trying to be the star. I'm Mr. Fourth Quarter, but I can be Mr. Fourth Quarter too, between Wemby and between Fox. And it's just sloppy play in my eyes. Again, just my opinion. It's just sloppy play.
It is. I mean, it's just right now the Spurs just aren't looking as crisp as they did when they were beating OKC those 3 times, 3 times in a row there. And it boils down to other teams figuring the Spurs out. And what they're doing now is that they're crowding the lanes. They're crowding the paint. They're taking away their passing lanes. They're taking away their ability to want to be aggressive going to the rim. And sometimes the Spurs are just so stupid at times that the best move is a simple pass. That's what it boils down to. If you're not able to go ahead and pass the ball to your guy inside the paint because they're crowding the passing lanes, you got to start knocking down shots so they can come out, and that way you can go ahead and start spreading the defense. What the Spurs failed to do at times is they failed to do the same thing that OKC was doing. OKC figured them out in that second half, and all they were doing is being aggressive. If you watch closely, they were aggressive going into the paint. And as soon as they would get the defense to collapse, the Spurs would all start to collapse. All the guys on the perimeter, the outside, they were wide open, and they would just go ahead and get the defense to collapse and just pass the ball out. And they were just jump shots, 3-pointers, jump shots, 3-pointers, easy money, easy pickings. The Spurs, they need to do a better job. And you can attribute that to not only the players, but also the coaching. It was a poorly coached game. Mitch Johnson didn't make enough adjustments in the second half. OKC did. They found the Spurs out, and they went ahead and beat it. They went ahead and beat them handedly. There's no excuse for this other than it was just a poor showing. Wimpy ganas is what I call it. For the San Antonio Spurs.
It's like, do they show him footage? Like when he's going there and he's going off the screen and he gets that ball and goes straight up, who's going to block it? Nobody. Nobody's going to block it. You have a clean shot. I mean, I don't understand why he just doesn't do that all the time. He gets the ball, he wants to put it down and try and take it in, but that ball goes down too low.
It was poor, man. I mean, I looked at the stats, like I said, and I'll show you guys here on the screen right now as far as what was going on with this team. It was just a poorly executed second half. Unfortunately for the Spurs, the third quarter woes showed themselves, and that was it. They just couldn't compete with the Thunder in that second half, especially in that third quarter. Thunder went on an 11-0 run, and Spurs looked like they might come back a little bit, but it just wasn't enough. And this is what's going on there. Everybody's pointing out what's happening with De'Aaron Fox, what's going on with Harrison Barnes. And you look at Fox, he was out there 34 minutes, and he only had 14 points on the night. I mean, he was a minus 12. You look at Castle, he was a minus 14. Victor Wembanyama, minus 14. Julian Champagny minus 10. Harrison Barnes, the Toyota Corolla, man, letting me down. He only managed 2 points on the night, minus 1. And then you look at Dylan Harper, and that's another one that you need to look at closely. He's hit the rookie wall, and as of late, he's been horrible. Minus 16. There's just something amiss with this team right now. You can't just say, oh, the team is tired. Every team's going through the same schedule, 82 games. You get tired. It's a long season. You just got to find ways to win. Unfortunately, right now, what's going on with the Spurs is they're hitting their slump. They need to go ahead and push through this. They come back home now after, this loss to OKC, and they got a 3-game homestand. So that's an opportunity for them to go ahead and get back into the race, so to speak. They're still second in the Western Conference, but they're going to have the Bucks, which are going to be they're going to play them tomorrow at 7. Then they have the Timberwolves, which they lost to. They play them on Saturday. And then on Monday, they're going to play the Jazz. The Jazz beat them as well. The only team that they haven't faced this season is the Bucks. The Timberwolves and the Jazz have both beat the Spurs.
Yeah.
And after the Spurs play the Jazz, they go on to play the Rockets over in Houston on the 20th. Spurs got to find ways to win these games, man, because if you start losing games, the only thing that's keeping you in that second spot in the West is just a few games. It's so tightly contested.
Yeah,
first
top 6. Yeah.
Yeah, there's only like a game or two that's separating everybody, man. If you start dropping games, you're going to slide down. Before you know it, you're going to be in the play-in,
Yeah. I mean, I also believe that it's still early, and early on in the season. But, when you talk about them looking tired, I mean, I don't know, man. They're too young. They're too young to sit there and say, okay, they're too tired. And secondly, I mean, everyone's having to go through it. Yeah, maybe we have more road games right now, but I mean, everyone has to deal with these kind of schedules. So, I mean, what can you contribute that to?
Look at Fake Killer 523. He says, "We beating the Bucks tomorrow. Who pulling up?"
We're watching.
You would think.
Off.
You would think. Oh, this is gonna be easy dub. Against the Bucks, against the Jazz. It's not the case, man. You never know what you're gonna get with this Spurs team right now. They're a little bit inconsistent. Don't really know what's gonna happen with them at any given time. So we got some things to worry about.
Let's see Alex in the chat.
And then we do have a Miguelito sighting right now.
Oh, there we go.
Since you're here, Sean, we're going to go ahead and do the PF Chang's.
Oh, we're going to do the brothers together.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and play the PF Chang's ad read right now in your honor so we can get Miguelito set up.
All right, there you go.
PF Chang's La Cantera, San Antonio's premier destination for dinner, date night, or happy hour. Enjoy one of their signature dishes, such as the Singapore street noodles, sesame chicken, or Chang spicy chicken, or their infamous Chang's chicken lettuce wraps, which are delicious, by the way. You can enjoy all this while you're dining in an Asian-inspired atmosphere. And make sure to enjoy the new outdoor patio and try some of PF Chang's signature cocktails and drinks during happy hour, Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. PF Chang's La Cantera is a proud sponsor of the Area 210 podcast.
And
All right,
they're both on
put
now.
on, fellas. I tell you what, the Area 210 podcast just got a little bit sexier right now.
Oh gosh.
You ready to show Miguelito here?
Nah, man.
All right,
twin-
brothers.
my twin
What's
brother.
going on, gentlemen? How have y'all been?
Been good. We just been waiting for you to show up.
Was listening to the show. I apologize for the traffic on I-10 coming in from the Conroe / Katy area. Good morning, gentlemen. I was listening to the conversation you guys were having about the Spurs losing to the Oklahoma City Thunder last night. I liked a lot about what you said. Joe talking about the wall being hit. Sean talking about the hero ball between Wemby and Fox and trying to figure all that out. I have one take on this, and it's about imposing one's will. When the Spurs were winning their games and they were getting hot, Emirates Cup final and all that stuff, they were imposing their will both offensively and defensively. And right now, they are passive on both sides of the ball. That, to me, is the big issue. I know they're cold. They miss Devin Vassell. They don't have any three-point shooters. But they're being forced out of their comfort zone, both offensively and defensively. And in the third quarter yesterday, pick your poison. OKC was going to bring it either inside or outside. And I just kind of feel like the team lost its nuts. I mean, lost the mojo. I mean, Austin Powers, they lost their mojo.
Well, look at what they're calling you because you're dressed as Mike Ortiz Jones.
Hey, we're doing a weather segment with Alex today and Mike.
Very nice.
Oh my God. Hey, what happened with your son though, man? Dylan Harper, dude. He's looked terrible, Mike.
He has, man.
Terrible.
And I hate to call it the rookie wall. Con Knipple has not hit that rookie wall. VJ Edgecombe has not hit that rookie wall. And those guys start. Okay. So it's not like Harper's playing starter minutes. I don't understand why the wall necessarily is there. But again, is Devin Vassell that important to this team that the team falls apart the second that he's gone?
I told you, man, he's one of the best facilitators on the team as far as getting the ball to the players, right? And when he's not there, the floor spacing just doesn't seem right. And other teams have found them out. What did OKC do yesterday in the first half versus the second half? In the first half, they were playing the Spurs straight up, one-on-one, man-to-man.
Right.
And then they said, you know what? F that. We're going to make adjustments. They came out in the second half. And what did they do? They were the aggressors going to the rim. They would suck in the defense. Everybody on the perimeter was open. They would just dump the ball
back out.
Easy jump, easy three, or it was a jumper.
The number of shooters that they have, though, that's the thing. They have shooters. Spurs don't.
Yeah,
Spurs have very few shooters, and that's why we really need to come to grips as to what's going to happen come February. Because as you mentioned, Joe, before I walked in the door, the Spurs are still the number 2 seed in the Western Conference, still on pace to have 54, 55 wins.
Yeah.
Have a home stand coming up. Are we buyers or sellers this year?
The Spurs got to be very careful what's gonna happen here over the course of these next couple games, because what they want to do, Mike, is they're gonna want to win. They're gonna want to win as many games as they can in the month of January, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even in early February, because then what happens? They go on the rodeo road trip, and wins become harder on the road. So if you go ahead and you have a skid there, 1 or 2 games separates 2 through 4. If the Spurs go on a losing streak here and they have like 3 games that they drop, they can easily go from 2 all the way down to 4, or they can find themselves in the 6th or 7th spot real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So they have to find ways to win. If I was Mitch Johnson and you don't know when Vassell's going to come back, you got to do a better job. Who's going to go ahead and be your point guard on this team and facilitate the ball? Because right now it ain't Harper, man. He's garbage. He's not it. In the past, Tony Ornelas had said, and Sacramento, Fox was a facilitator, right? He was the ball handler. He'd come up, go ahead and facilitate the ball to the open man. Maybe they need to do that, because right now it's clearly not Harper, man. He ain't ready.
Well, I think, one domino is knocking down the other domino when it comes to it. And I'll ask Sean about this. I think that, I don't think it's a joke to say that Vassell not being there has hurt this team tremendously. And there's not anything that Mitch Johnson can do, because Mitch Johnson doesn't have a shooter in the back on the bench. Who's he going to turn to? Lindy Waters? Who's he going to turn to? Jordan McLaughlin? He has no one to turn to when it comes to that. For every other person on the team, he has a backup for. He has a backup for Wemby, because you can go to Luke Cornett and still play big. If Fox goes down, you have Harper. If Harper goes down, you got Castle. If Castle goes down, you have Fox. Everybody has a backup. But when it comes to shooting the ball, the 2 best shooters are Champetti and Vassell, and one of the guys is out, which is Vassell. And it's just so erratic out there, because these point guards the Spurs have, they had the luxury of kicking the ball out to somebody who you had to respect when it came to shooting the ball from behind the arc. You had to respect it.
Yeah.
And now they're kicking the ball out to shooters who they don't have to respect. You don't have to respect Castle's 3-point shot because he can't make them. You don't have to respect Harper's 3-point shot because he can't make them. You don't have to respect Fox's 3-point shot because he can't make them. Go ahead and shoot is what the defense is saying, and they're sagging in on the inside, which does what? Makes it more difficult for Barnes to do anything. Makes it more difficult for Wemby to do something. And it's just so bizarre how having just one player out has this chain reaction effect. Sean, am I going too far off the deep end in this, or is it just that these guys just aren't it?
I mean, you're not wrong. But when you were talking about Harper and his struggles, one thing I wanted to say was like, I don't know, I just see his body language, and does it seem like maybe he just thinks he should be the starter? And what am I doing just coming off the bench? I don't know. It's hard to say. I think most teams are challenging the Spurs with the shot. You can obviously see that when they're leaving, especially someone like Sohan so wide open. They know they're not going to make it, and they do need a bucket getter. I agree with you 100% on that.
Look at this. This is a funny comment here from Jordan Schneider. Thanks for watching. He says, might need to replace the Corolla to a new model. Toyota Corolla hasn't looked good as of late.
Last
man.
10 games, 1 for 7, 5 for 11, 2 for 8, 2 for 5, 1 for 6, 5 for 11, 1 for 7, 2 for 6, 1 for 7, 1 for 4. I haven't done the math on this, but I bet you this is about 30% shooting.
Yeah.
It's about 33% shooting. And the same is going. It's one thing for one player to have a slump.
Yeah.
Right? Because we had Vassell early this year have a slump, right? For about 2 or 3 games, 4 games. We've had Champagny have a slump a couple of games. But when you have a slump simultaneously between Fox, Harper, Castle, Barnes, and to some extent Champagny, there's something wrong.
Yeah.
And it goes back, Joe, to a little bit where you said they got found out.
Yeah, they did.
They got found out a bit. That's part of it to me. But you know what? They got arrogant. I mentioned that a couple of weeks ago. I said this team is feeling themselves, and they lost a few games out of outright arrogance, Joe.
Yeah, look at how bad this game was yesterday. And you know what? Who predicted it? We did. I said, me and you both said, without Vassell, this team has no shot. They look good in the first half, but then in that third quarter, wheels came off. OKC won on an 11-0 run, and that's all she wrote.
Yeah.
Spurs couldn't get back into the game. And look at how bad the starting 5 was. Minuses across the board, dude. That's embarrassing.
It is embarrassing because there's not one player that you can hang your hat on and say that they did a very good job and at least this person balled out.
What happened with Wemby? Wemby's getting bullied. He's getting pushed to the ground. And instead of getting mad, what did I say? He put his tail between his legs and he showed his belly.
Well, I mean, he was 7 for 15, so he didn't have the worst night shooting.
17 points didn't get it done, though, rebounds. Man. Come on.
He did up the minutes to 28, so he had been meandering around 22 to 24 last 2 or 3 weeks.
You had Shy blocking him, bro. Come on, Wemby.
Got hurt twice.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're bullying him. Like, come on, get angry. Was it that saying from Dodgeball? You got to get mean. You got to get angry.
Well, the Spurs have some home cooking to do, man. The Spurs have 3 home games in a row, 3 winnable games. You got Milwaukee coming into town Thursday. You've got the Minnesota T-Wolves, who the Spurs lost to the other day. They blew a big old lead to them. And then you've got the Jazz, who are one of the worst teams in the NBA, coming into town on Monday. Spurs better win those games. Then the Spurs go on the road.
Yeah,
on the road against Houston, a game that I was offered tickets to last night, so I can see if I can lock those down. Then they have a road game against the Utah Jazz, come home against New Orleans, and then they got Utah, Charlotte, Orlando. So the Spurs in the next 10 games, every single one of those games is winnable. There's nobody elite there. The best team the Spurs are playing in the next 10 games is the Houston Rockets. They play them twice. Spurs better go 7-3 in the stretch. Because if they go 5-5 in this stretch, then they're gonna be one and done in the playoffs. They're not gonna fall into the play-in tournament. They have too many wins right now to fall into that. They would have to like derail to fall into the play-in tournament.
The Jazz bested the Spurs, and the Spurs are gonna have to play them twice here shortly, right?
Yeah, the Spurs are significantly better than them,
but they just played down to the competition, right? And then they have the Bucks, who are kind of sputtering. That should be an easy dub for the Spurs. Timberwolves, They just beat the Spurs. That one, the Spurs let get away.
Yeah.
They should beat the Bucks. They should beat the Timberwolves. They should beat the Jazz.
Sean, why do you think teams play up to competition and play down to competition?
Man, I don't know. That's a tough question. The hype is there. I don't know if sometimes it's just too big for some people, but I don't really have an answer for that. I mean, when you go out there, you're giving it your all. You're playing your hardest to win. I don't agree with any of that. When people sit there and say, "Oh, it was just too hyped up" or nothing like that. I don't agree with it.
I look at this. I look at this team right now. I wonder if any of the trade chatter was getting to them. I wonder if Sohan given an interview to Mike Finger from the San Antonio Express News saying, "Man, I read the box scores. I hear the chatter.
There's dark times.
There's dark times ahead." I wonder if Kelly Olynyk reads that. I wonder if Harrison.
Sorry, man. Sorry about it. The physical therapist is here for my father-in-law, man. For those that don't know, he's staying with me now. I got to go get with him real quick.
Bounce. All right. We'll see you later, Sean. Thanks for filling in. All right.
Appreciate it, brother. So, it's interesting. The Spurs have a 3-game homestand that's coming up. 7 of the next 10 games they better win. That would put the Spurs right there at 34-16. That's kind of where they need to be, Joe. They're not going to catch OKC.
Yeah.
But can they hold off the Denver Nuggets? Can they hold off the Minnesota Timberwolves? Other topics of the day, Joe. How tired are you of watching the news involving the college playoff? These SEC schools, Texas being one of them, just whining and complaining about the playoff. And now ESPN reporting this morning that they're going to be in line to have a 24-game playoff as early as 3 years from now.
Why?
24 games. That makes the regular season just meaningless.
If we're gonna do that, then what? UTSA is gonna be in the playoff.
I mean, where does it stop? And people are like, "Hey, Division 2
man.
does that." Yeah, but that's Division 2, man.
You know what? Let Texas State in there too. Why not?
I mean, 24 teams, 8 teams get a bye. Come on, man. I'm gonna look at that, Joe. I'm gonna look at the NCAA right now, right?
Yeah.
NCAA. The rankings, who would have been in the top 24? You're telling me that Utah and USC and Arizona and Michigan and Virginia and Houston and Georgia Tech and Iowa all deserve to be in the playoffs? Stupid. Hey, people reporting that there was a drum being played in Oklahoma City yesterday.
Yeah, there was.
What's that all about?
Before the game.
God, I could have been so.
Boom. Boom.
Jimenez's worst take of 2025 incoming.
I need to sit you. We need to go to the damn game, right? A Spurs game, sit next to the Jackal so you can go, ole, 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 stupid.
Joy Con reaches out to us on our
God.
chat, powered by PHX La Catena, says, it's kind of like Fight Club. Not going to talk about the OKC drum.
You see, but the thing is that, like, even the guys from SAFC, they're like, well, they're doing it right because they're doing the drum in the context of the game, right? The game's going on. They're banging the drum. They're doing chants. And, I mean, for all that, the Jackals do and all that, I think that's one that they kind of fumbled the bag on. Because if you want to copy what SAFC is doing, they're beating the drum the whole time during the game. And I thought the Jackals had started doing that at a time, but then they said they busted their drum. They got another one. So I don't know what's going on.
I think there are rules as to like the type of noise you can bring into a stadium. I could be wrong. I don't think that they can be banging a drum all day long. I could be wrong, but I think that there's probably certain times of a game that you're able to do so. You can't do it, just constantly, because who wants to listen to that, Joe?
Well, you're going to be sitting next to them. You're going to listen to them.
Now, the next Spurs game I'm going to is probably in Houston. And then I'm going to watch the Spurs game in Miami on March 23rd. Who says you're supposed to intimidate your opponents with a drum?
And intimidate your
with
opponent.
A drum?
Yeah.
There are drums at high school football games.
Yeah, you're supposed to beat the drum, and then you do your chants and you scream and you yell. You do your whole thing to give the home team an edge, right?
Yeah.
You don't go out there like Nacho and all Big Red without wearing a shirt and they're doing that. I'm like, okay, dude, what are you doing? You're convulsing or you're cheering your team? It's
Yeah.
like there's certain levels to it. You know what I mean? It's like,
There's a level of it all where it's going to be overkill, right?
yeah.
I mean,
I appreciate the enthusiasm, but I'm just like,
there's also, I mean, Sacramento had it where they would light the thing.
yeah,
You know, there's certain things that are going to be, you're going to steal from it at some point, right? I mean, Seattle Seahawks stole the 12th man from
Yeah.
A&M and pay royalties to use that phrase, right?
yeah.
I guess imitation is the most sincere form of flattery, I guess you can say. But then again,
Yeah.
this isn't unique to San Antonio. We stole this from what they do in Europe, right? So, I
Yeah.
mean, I guess. I'm sure it's fun to be a part of the Jackals, right? I'd like to have those seats for $20.
Yeah. I'm sure the Jackals are going to hear. They're going to be like, "Oh, they're talking bad about us again."
I'm not talking bad about
we're
it.
just saying, dude.
I'm saying when the Spurs are winning 10 out of 12 games, having the Jackals there is pretty badass. Spurs lose 7 out of 13 like they've done just now. It does that. Those drums don't beat the same way. It'd be like when the Spurs are winning, bang that drum. When the Spurs are
Yeah.
losing, turn that crap off.
You're going to mute the Jackals? You're going to have a mute button?
I'm gonna go over there with a remote control.
Shut up. Shut up.
Matt Gomez says Jackals can't take constructive criticism.
Yeah, they get mad, dude.
That's
Se
funny.
enojan, no se enojan. You know, I should wear a shirt and say, "Mira los Jackals."
Beatles Jackals.
Mira los Jackals.
Dude, I've been. It's funny because I'm thinking about the Dallas Cowboys right now because, you know, Jerry Jones likes to make a splash the week of Super Bowl. He always likes to make some sort of
Say something
announcement. What do you think this year's thing is going to be? They have 2 first-round draft picks. They have the number 12 pick and more than likely the number 20 pick. What is the main announcement going to be? Because I'm thinking about it, and we had that conversation by text the other day in our group text about these coaches that are now available, right?
No, yeah, there's a bunch.
Dude, if it was a year ago and Harbaugh was available and Tomlin was available, they never would have gone for Shoddy.
No.
So now the Cowboys are there looking around going, I guess we'll roll with Shoddy.
They have to, dude. You have to have the coach want to come to the team too, right? So,
Right.
Tomlin, you think he's going to want to be anywhere near Dallas? Heck no. Harbaugh, he can't be here, dude, because Jerry will run him out of town. You don't tell me what to do.
Well, who's
My
more
God.
likely between Harbaugh and Tomlin to be on TV? I mean, they probably both will
Just
at some
saying,
point.
but nobody's going to want to come here and coach Dallas because they know that's Jerry's team, dude.
Why would anybody want to coach anymore? Now that you can get that cush job, you know,
He's
in
a
the
TV
booth.
analyst, dude. Like Tomlin's already got, like they said, if he wants to come to CBS or wherever, they'd hire him.
Yeah,
in a
it'd
heartbeat.
probably be CBS. Well, because they don't have a coach anymore.
Yeah.
I think Fox is the one that doesn't have a coach anymore on their.
Oh yeah,
on their
they don't have a
crew.
coach anymore. They could use him over there.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's strange watching these coaches get recycled and whatnot. Someone brought up. I was watching a podcast this morning. It was Bomani Jones. I caught a few minutes of it. Formerly of ESPN. He was actually asking the question whether the Rooney Rule was legitimized by the fact that Mike Tomlin made it as head coach.
Yeah.
Because Mike Tomlin was an afterthought for the Steelers when the Steelers were trying to hire a coach 19 years ago because of the Rooney Rule, which basically says that you can't just hire anybody you want. You have to at least interview a minority. They interviewed Mike Tomlin just to get around the rule, and Tomlin impressed them so much that when their top pick went away, they gave it to Tomlin.
Yeah.
And that's somebody that they never would have interviewed. I find that to be interesting.
I'm all for diversity, you know, especially when it comes to coaching, head coaching. You know, you need more African American head coaches in the game. You know, so it's like I like that. You know, he was a good coach for the Steelers. It just unfortunately he just could not go ahead and get him over that hump in the postseason.
He
And
was too
it's-
involved in player personnel, man.
Yeah, and the thing is too, like when you look at the Steelers, they haven't really fired a head coach. Tomlin didn't get fired; he stepped down,
Mm-hmm.
and he surprised the team. The reaction was everybody was so surprised that he had done that.
Saw a funny stat today that said Jawan Jennings of the San Francisco 49ers has the same amount of career touchdown passes as Justin Herbert. Jawan Jennings is the wide receiver. Oddly enough, Jawan Jennings was the number 5 quarterback in the college rankings
Yeah,
before being converted to a wide receiver in Tennessee. So to have that threat out there where you can have a top arm out there, he was higher rated as a quarterback going into college than Brock Purdy was. That's kind of funny. Than Justin Herbert was. I find that to be funny. It's strange what's going on in Miami right now because you have the Miami Hurricanes hosting the national championship game. They have a home game against the Indiana Hoosiers, and the Cuban community over there is kind of divided a little bit because they're very Cuban-esque. They have Little Havana over there in Miami.
no,
And who's coming to town? Fernando Mendoza. What ethnicity is he? Cuban.
Cubano.
So you have a lot of Miami residents who are lighting up going, kind of like that guy. Is that wrong?
I don't know, man.
Is
I
that
don't think
wrong?
it's
Because
wrong.
that's their hometown team.
Yeah.
But they don't identify with their hometown team. Though Miami's head coach is Cuban, they're like, we like that Fernando Mendoza kid. And the more and more I see it, the Saints were in line to get him 5 weeks to go in the season. And then the Saints decided to win 4 of the last 5 games before the season ended. And now are stuck in purgatory and aren't going to be doing crap because of it. But national championship game, Joe, is coming up soon. And I fear the fact that everybody believes it's a foregone conclusion that Indiana's going to win.
Oh, they're the darlings. They went undefeated. They want them to win. That's the way the media is spinning their storyline.
Agreed. And they want this to be one of the greatest teams of all time.
Yeah.
Because arguably the greatest college football team of all time is the 2019 LSU football team.
This is true. Yeah.
Joe Burrow led them to the national championship. You had Coach O, Justin Jefferson. I mean, you had so many offensive weapons that were there.
Yeah.
Jamar Chase, Clyde Hilaire, all of those guys were there, became NFL players, and they ran the table. But Miami, Nick Saban has said from the get-go, the one team you do not want to face is Miami.
Yeah.
Because Miami has top to bottom players that are going to play on Sunday. So there's a difference between 4-star and 5-star recruits. They talk about all the time how Indiana didn't have any 5-star recruits, right? And that they're playing players. The average age of the players is 23 years old. They use the transfer portal a different way. It's kind of like a college basketball when they have March Madness, and you have that one team that's that's a veteran leadership. They've been there for 4 years, taking on a team like Rutgers last year, which had Dylan Harper and Ace Bailey. They couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
You're looking at Miami, a team full of NFL players going up against the better team in Indiana. I don't like the fact that everyone is saying that Miami is going to lose this game and Indiana's going to win by a lot.
I don't know. I mean, I believe that Miami's faced a lot of adversity. They've been able to climb back in these games that have been close and find ways to win. I like Miami, man. I'm going to be honest with you now. Am I going to go ahead and put money
down
on the Canes, to go ahead and win this game? Absolutely not. But I'll root for the underdog.
The better storyline is Indiana goes 16-0. The better storyline is Fernando Mendoza wins the Heisman, wins the national championship, hoists the trophy. He's the media darling of it all.
You think Vegas wants the Miami Hurricanes to win and take a bath? No, man. They want Indiana to win.
I mean,
what are the odds? What is it? What are they giving right now? Well, I wonder what the over under is.
8.5 points is a spread.
Really? What's the over under?
Over under of that game is going. It's got to be high. If it's 60, it's too low. They have it at 47.5. What are we talking about here?
Come on.
One of those teams is probably going to clear that by itself. Joe, this is one of those bets where you put them all in the middle of the table and you go all in.
All in. What are you going to go? All in on black?
On the over. All in on the over. But Joe, look at Miami's schedule. Look who they've beaten, right?
Yeah.
In the postseason, Miami has beaten A&M, who was undefeated for the better part of the season until they lost to Texas, right?
Yeah.
They beat Ohio State pretty handily. They beat Ole Miss. They beat Notre Dame earlier in the season. They beat a ranked Florida State team. I mean, they beat a ranked Pitt team.
Yeah.
Who did they lose to? They lost to the Ponies, dude. They lost to SMU 26-20. SMU a little bit underrated.
Yeah. I forgot we can actually show your screen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so it's funny because Miami didn't even win their conference, but is sitting there arguably as one of the best teams in college football all season long. They lost to SMU. They've had a harder schedule than Indiana has. I'm just saying that they're tested. They're a tested team, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm glad I was looking at good things on scoreboard.
I know. Well, you weren't on Demon Time. Oh, look, somebody sent us a funny video, dude. This or a photo of you. This is courtesy of the media share.
Donations are open. Call in and give money to Mikey Ministries.
Oh man!
So I got the gray slacks, the matching gray slacks. I got the brown shoes. I mean, Joe. I mean, I admit it. I'm feeling a little fly right now.
You remind me of the preacher man from Westover Hills Assembly of God. You gonna shake me down for some money? Pass the collection plate. You know, like every 30, 40 minutes they shake you down for money.
Yeah, exactly.
And the church is raking in that cash, dude. Can you imagine how much they make on Sunday?
Dude, I mean, I saw the story the other day.
My God, man.
About how you know what? We're not going to get into religion.
No, but I'm just saying they make
about
good
the
money, dude.
business of the business of it all. The church is big business.
No, it is. It is.
They have bills to pay.
The mega church. That's one I go to over here, the Westover Hills Assembly of God. I like that one.
Yeah. Chica and I go to the one in the woods. I mean, it's just in the middle of nowhere.
In the middle of nowhere. Is it like a little church or what?
No, dude. They're packed. They're packed big time. They had to add a third and fourth service. They're packed.
Oh, man.
If you don't get there 20 minutes before the church starts, you ain't getting a seat.
Getting a seat.
And they've got a pretty decent size. I mean, it's not a mega church, but it's probably they can probably sit 500 people, maybe 600.
Okay.
Maybe 800.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not there 20 minutes early. Standing room only at that point.
You dressing like this to church?
Nah, dude. You know what's so funny? Chica did buy me some slacks yesterday. She bought me some khakis and whatnot to wear. She goes, "These are for church."
Yeah.
Is what she said, right? No, but I went out yesterday to buy a new jacket. Went and bought a new shirt. Went and bought some slacks, different color ones, whatnot. They have some pretty good sales going on over at Dillard's and Macy's. So,
oh yeah. My favorite is J.C. Penney. I like going to J.C. Penney.
J.C. Penney has some decent stuff. They have pretty good casual wear.
Yeah.
Like what do they call that? Business casual.
Yeah. Business
type of
casual
thing.
Attire.
I can't do ties anymore, man. I just can't.
Yeah, I know.
But I'm trying to complete somewhat of a merger today between my company and another company.
You can't do the clip-on tie, the bow tie.
Oh no. I have a couple of bow ties. Nothing wrong with bow ties.
I'm not saying there is. I'm saying
and I actually I
bow tie?
had to take the YouTube class how to like tie it all together.
Tie it, yeah.
Mark Cavazos is in our chat, powered by PF Chang's La Cantera, saying Akeem Metasor and Ruben Bain Jr. are both great players, going to be first round talents this year. That's actual and factual. In fact, Ruben Bain Jr. earlier this year was considered to be potentially a top 3 pick, but most mock drafts have him going right around 8 or so. Looking at Tankathon's mock draft, they have Joe. I saw a mock draft yesterday by Yahoo Sports.
Yeah.
Saying that the Saints would get David Bailey, the edge from Texas Tech. I would love that. Ruben Bain Jr., the edge from Miami, according to Tankathon, should be going number 4 to Tennessee. Very nice. I mean, look at all this first round talent from Miami. You're not seeing a lot of Indiana players going pro this year, except for Fernando Mendoza, number 1. Dante Moore projected to go number 2 from Oregon to the Jets, and Dante Moore is saying, If I'm going to the Jets, I'm going back to school. So that's going to be a stare down contest between the two. That's going to be very, very interesting. They have the Cowboys as of right now taking Keldrick
Let's
Falk.
see.
Every single mock draft I've seen at 12, Joe, has the Cowboys taking Keldrick Falk, the edge from Auburn. Why is it that Yahoo, The Ringer, CBS Sports, ESPN, Tankathon all have 12 Keldrick Falk going to the Dallas Cowboys? At number 20,
There it is.
linebacker CJ Allen from Georgia. The big question that they've been saying is, what about Jeremiah Love? If Jeremiah Love falls to 20, do the Cowboys take him at 20, Joe? A running back. This is like, Bijan Robinson a couple of years ago, Bijan Robinson, do you want to take a running back in the top 10? He's a top 10 quality back, quality guy. Would you take a running back at 20?
What were you saying? That song you like to sing?
Jeremiah Love. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, gosh, dude.
They have the Houston Texans taking Caleb Banks from Florida. Hey, if you look at Tankathon, Joe, go on there, Joe.
Yeah.
Do they have the script for us? Because look who they have as the final two picks. Their projected final two picks are Seattle beating Denver in the Super Bowl. God, that'd be a boring Super Bowl.
Really? Who do you want to see in the Super Bowl?
Honestly, I want to see Josh Allen do something in the Super
You
Bowl.
want to see the Bills go? You know the Bills and their history with the Super Bowl, man.
Yeah, the Bills, and I wouldn't mind seeing the Niners back in there.
Oh,
Man.
God. No, that'll be boring, bro.
What? I mean,
No.
Brock
man.
Purdy, Christian McCaffrey. See if they can do this without Deebo Samuel, who got
Without Kittles.
taken out and got traded, and without Kill with his injury and all of that. So Brandon Ayuk being sent to nowhere.
Wouldn't the more exciting thing be like, I don't know, if you had like the Bears or the Patriots?
The Patriots would be nice to watch,
Right?
but I'm also tired of the Patriots. I'm still with Patriots fatigue.
But I
I
mean,
know Brady's not there.
Look at how good they are without him.
I understand the hatred that people have for the Spurs.
Yeah.
Because they had Spurs fatigue. Patriot fatigue still exists.
No, Patriots hadn't been a thing for a little bit, though.
Dude, they missed the playoffs just twice.
But they hadn't been really good. Now they're a really well-balanced team. I think they might be there, Mike.
Right.
Picked them as my dark horse team. Even Alex and everybody is like, they wanted to take Joe Stradamus to Vegas to make some bets.
Yeah. Hannah Fist asking the question, what is the size of MJ's suit jacket? It's a 46. Mm-hmm. Mario Cavaz saying Bills and Rams would be a nice and high scoring. It would be high scoring. It would be. That's not a bad matchup right there, Joe.
Oh, God, Gio's a big Rams fan. He wants the Rams in the Super Bowl. Nah, I'm good. I might.
There's not a favorite, Joe. My guess is 50 short. It's 46R, bitch. Although I do have some 46 shorts. This was 46 regular.
50 short.
46.
Oh my God, dude. Patriots fans are trash. They make the team unbearable.
Well, and if you're cheering for fans, wouldn't you cheer for Bills Mafia?
Yeah.
I mean, those are the ride or die guys. I saw this TikTok saying that if the Chicago Bears win the Super Bowl, that the things go back in alignment, like the timeline of the world comes back into focus. I thought that would be funny.
They said MJ ain't no regular. Stop the cap.
Oh, I go back and forth between short and regular, depending on the brand. Like if I'm gonna go and get like a brand like I think this is a Michael Kors shirt, a jacket. It's regular. That's what it is.
Hey, I was gonna ask you.
But if I'm going and getting whatever that one is at Men's Warehouse back in the day, those are short.
The Men's Warehouse is overpriced, dude. It's expensive over there.
Right. I mean, I like going to Joseph's men's store behind North Star Mall.
Yeah.
That's really nice. It's expensive as all.
What about
get out.
Penners? You don't like Penners? It's too
I've
ethnic
never,
for
I've
you.
never been there.
You get your Tres Flores,
No, I've never
No?
been there. But
your
no.
Stacey Adams, bro. Come on,
My dad rocked Stacey Adams. He's been
Hey,
rocking them
man.
for many years.
that's OG style right there, dude.
It's not a bad look. It's just hard to match. You know, because it's like the Stacey Adams
Yeah,
have like these weird colors, like burgundy. It's like crap. What am I gonna do with burgundy shoes?
look at Sam Salinas, Mike wearing Burlington's finest.
Sean asking me if I can button. Mother trucker, it's button now. What are you talking about?
Can you button?
Now ask me after lunch.
No, you can't.
Where
do
we
that.
have where are we having this business meeting now? We're gonna have it at a steakhouse. We are going to
What steakhouse is it? Is it a Brazilian one?
dude. No one does business at a Brazilian steakhouse.
You get all dirty over
you
there.
gorge
dude.
yourself. And
Oh
then
yeah,
we're going to a place called Seasons 52.
never heard of it.
It's in the quarry.
Oh, that's why.
Mike, you got them wingtips? What do I got on right now? Nah, I got was it Steve Madden shoes on right now.
Wingtips. You should get some Stacey Adams, Mike. Just for
I just
old
borrow
time's
my
sake.
dad's.
Come
I
on,
mean,
man.
borrow my dad's.
Put some Tres Flores in the hair, you know?
Nah, I got the moco on right now.
No, Moco de Gorilla. God.
Hey, let's give some love to Hard Rock Cafe, baby. They're our new sponsors over downtown. They're showing Chica the new getup they have over there. Nice Instagram page. Follow
Yeah.
Hard Rock Cafe San Antonio on Instagram. See what they've got going on over there.
The Hard Rock Cafe, San Antonio is Riverwalk dining at its best. With great scenic views, along with its amazing collection of rock memorabilia, there is something for everyone. Enjoy happy hour weekdays from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. with $8 and $10 appetizers, $5 domestic drafts, and $6 craft import drafts at the bar only. Try some of the Hard Rock Cafe's legendary steak burgers, or my personal favorite, such as the grilled salmon or baby back ribs. Make sure to visit the third level and enjoy the DJ as you take in the city skyline. The Hard Rock Cafe is a proud sponsor of the Area 210 podcast.
Hey, they do a fantastic job over there, man. It is looking nice. I remember
does.
Hard Rock Cafe a while back, and it was very touristy. It looks like they're doing that pivot to, hey, this is for the locals. Yeah, don't get me wrong, tourists will be there from time to
Yeah.
time, but it looks more along the lines of this is for the locals. This is our answer to the Pearl down the way.
Yeah,
Yeah, someplace to go downtown.
yeah, and the lady that's in charge, you know, she's doing a heck of a job, dude. She had that vision, right, for that third level, and look at what she's turned it into,
It's
man.
amazing.
It's amazing, dude. She's
I
doing
like
a great job.
the Valentine's getup that they have there.
I gotta go out there and check that out. I want to see that.
Yeah,
You know, I want to, especially at night, all lit up and all that.
Mhm.
You know, see what they got.
it's romantical.
Yeah,
I know that's not a word. I don't think that's a word.
romantical.
Hey, I was reading up on Kiefer Sutherland,
Yeah,
former star of 24 and of Designated Survivor. Lots of things he's been in. Arrested for an altercation with a rideshare driver. You know that's the ongoing thing about Kiefer Sutherland, right?
what?
He's a great actor, but he's also a jerkwad.
Oh,
Like seriously, the guy has been in trouble with the law many times in his lifetime. Why is somebody who is as rich as he is, as famous as he is, keep getting in trouble? I know he's innocent until proven guilty, so these are all alleged allegations against him.
yeah.
But apparently he was, it says Kiefer Sutherland was arrested Monday morning in Los Angeles. It was an alleged assault involving a rideshare driver in LA. He's accused of entering of assaulting the rideshare driver while entering the vehicle. What does that mean?
Probably
Hey.
punched the dude. Or
Hey, are you Kiefer?
what does he say? 24, bitch. Do you know who I am?
I'm the designated survivor, Mother Trucker. Joy Con says he pulled a Mark Sanchez.
Jesus, bro.
Sean saying that Charlie Sheen crowd. That's true.
The cowboy way.
The cowboy way.
Oh, look, somebody was asking me a question. Sam Salinas says, Joe, when you record those plugs, how many takes does it usually take you until you get the finished product? I'd probably do it like maybe 1 or 2.
Yeah.
I do one, and then I'm like, I'll listen to it, and I'm like, does it sound good or not? No, I could have been a little bit more enthusiastic. Let me do it again, you know.
Yeah.
But it didn't take that long. The thing is that the magic to making let's say a good ad read is you have to have yourself a little script that you can see on screen to keep you,
Keep you on point.
keep you on point, keep your timing right.
Yeah.
You already know what you're gonna say, but you just look at it as just like notes, and then boom, you just hit all your notes, you're good to go.
Dude, the one time I pissed off Spence the most at San Antonio Sports Star was this one time that we needed commercial reads done, but we had nothing written.
Oh God, just
And
freestyle it.
And we had a freestyle. And I remember Pledger telling me, he goes, I need 26 seconds. I'll count you down on whatever topic it was. It was like a charity drive or whatever.
Yeah.
And then it was like, we need 15 seconds for like this animal drive and whatever. And you see Spence try to write down some notes because he had to do it after me.
Yeah.
And I did 3 takes for 3 different companies, different lengths,
Yeah.
nailed each one of them perfectly. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go home now. And I remember Spence looking at me going, you a-hole. He goes, the fact that comes easy to you is stupid, but it comes easy to you too. Just be able to kind of just off the top of your head going,
This is what we're going to talk about,
and even the lines like, they're the lettuce wraps are delicious, by the way.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still funny and it works. Man. It works.
It's the songs too. Like when you put the music together, like Sean was like, you got to change that music. But everybody loves the PFJ's music. Every time it comes out, they have the chopsticks, and they're like, it makes me happy. It makes me want to skip and jump.
That's funny.
I'm like, come on, Mike. I mean, Sean, it's good stuff, man.
That's funny. Joe, I have to call it a day, dude. I have a little merger that I need to put together. It's actually a big deal for my company and my office. I'll show the get up, and I'll show to Sean also. Jacket was buttoned the entire time.
No,
was buttoned the entire time. Chica got this jacket for $25 cheaper than it was supposed to because they mistagged it.
Yeah,
and then they tried to give us at the correct price, and she was like, "Nah, that's not my fault." And they gave us the discount. Very nice.
Look at Mexican Junior says Joe edited like five different takes to get it. No, man, I didn't do that. I promise you, did it in one. And look,
Joey Spencer's to make it in Mike streams.
Jeez. And look at, did you use Chat GPT? No, why?
Yeah,
I don't need to.
That's funny. Sounds like a segment for Kung Fu Panda.
God. All right, Mike's got to go. He's got to go make that more money. But before we let you go, if you want to make more money with Mike, who do you got to call, man?
210-508-0369. 210-508-0369. Wish me luck. Say a prayer for me on all of this. It's a big deal for my office and my practice today. Trying to put a little merger together between 2 companies. Give me a call, 210-508-0369 if you have questions about retirement accounts, life insurance, long-term care, disability. If you have a financial advisor or know a financial advisor or insurance agent that wants a better commission schedule, that wants a better mentorship or whatever the case may be, give me a call. I can hook them up, 210-508-0369. I'll be back tomorrow, more than likely in studio, Joe, and more than likely on time.
Nice. All right. Well, good luck, Mike. Have a good one, man. We'll see you boys tomorrow. We're out.